Welcome. I'm going to explain to you today the facts about apple cider vinegar, particularly when it comes to acid reflux, gastritis, pain, discomfort that you're experiencing in your stomach. There's a lot of words to be said about apple cider vinegar, and this has many healing medicinal properties. But what you're going to experience are only going to be the scientific facts pertaining to how your stomach functions. Now, what's going to make this program special is that you're looking at a patient right now, a person who's experienced these particular problems for a long time. I've been on the proton pump inhibitors, the acid blockers, and I finally realized that I had to do my homework, become proactive, and that's why I'm here today teaching you. Now, with all the millions of people worldwide who is experiencing this acid reflux or this heartburn, they run to doctors. And the doctors are only going to do a few things. They're going to give you some type of acid blocker that's going to block the acid. But that's a problem because that's not getting to the root of your underlying cause. That's just treating the symptoms as your condition is continually getting worse. Well, unfortunately, your poor stomach has to suffer. It cannot perform its job. It doesn't have the acid. That acid is needed to assimilate calcium into your bones. The end result is osteoporosis. That acid is needed to digest proteins, or you're going to start having BLUS and gas and problems with digestion. That acid is needed for iron absorption. That can lead to anemia, as well as vitamin B12 deficiency. But what about the pathogens? Those microorganisms that are stuck in your gastrointestinal region, that acid is designed to kill those organisms, so that can lead to other potential problems as well. So let's look here. So here is the problem. This condition is called achlorhydria, which means low gastric acid, and that burning sensation working its way from the stomach up the esophagus, even up to the throat, is characterized by a backflow of stomach acid into the esophagus. And that reduced stomach acid leads to an increase in intra-abdominal pressure, which causes the lower esophageal sphincter to open, allowing small amounts of stomach acid to touch that esophagus as it makes its way upwards. And when that esophageal SP sphincter is closed, acid cannot make its way up into the esophagus. And the studies show that when there's a normal amount of acid within the stomach doing its normal job, that pressure decreases, allowing the lower esophageal sphincter to close where nothing can make its way upwards into the esophagus. And the end result is no acid reflux. Now, common symptoms of low stomach acid is bloating, belching, burning phlegm immediately after meals, indigestion, food allergies, and extreme fullness after eating. Now, having low acidity in your stomach is so common. There are billions of dollars that are spent on medications for gastric reflux and other stomach ailments. But here's a little test you can do. Take some baking soda, a teaspoon or two, mix it around with some water in a glass, and drink it down just a little bit. Now, baking soda and acid creates carbon dioxide. That means that you should experience belching and burping if there's acid or significant amount of acid in your stomach. So if you experience that belching, that means that you have enough acid. But if you do not experience any symptoms of that belching or that gas coming up, that means you have low stomach acidity. You need to cut down on eating those large portions of foods. Be careful when eating too much high-fat or spicy foods. Drinking caffeinated or carbonated drinks can make the condition worse. Give your body at least 3 hours of time before you sleep, and make sure you don't lie down or even bend over after eating your meal. And it's also a wise idea that when you're having these symptoms while lying on your back, put a pillow under the shoulders to keep it higher than your stomach so you don't get that reflux. Now, being overweight puts a tremendous amount of pressure back into your stomach. So as you lose weight, most likely it's going to help your gastric reflux because that increased pressure is keeping that lower esophageal sphincter open, allowing that food to make its way up the esophagus. And certain medications like some antibiotics, aspirin, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like Aleve, Advil, or Motrin can all lead to these symptoms. So now that you understand the physiological changes in your stomach, let's put it all together. Apple cider vinegar has a pH of 2 to 3, 1 being in the lowest, which is the most acidic. So having low stomach acid is not the answer. to solve this condition. We're not correcting the source, which is the lower esophageal sphincter. It's staying open, allowing that reflux to come up. We have to change the chemistry by bringing in more acidity, not taking it away. If you already have low stomach acid and you continue to take it away, you're going to be doing much harm to your body. And it would be a wise idea to start adding digestive enzymes right before you eat your meals, because those enzymes will help digest your macronutrients. Sonaware, here's the big question: raw organic apple cider vinegar with the mother at POF 2 to 3. You may say, well, take it and it burns, it makes it worse. Well, how are you taking it? I recommend that if you're going to take apple cider vinegar and your body is toxic or you never have taken it before, start out with 1 teaspoon and dilute the water, 8 to 10, 12 ounces of water, and do it slowly and let your body change. Because if your body's toxic, this is like trying to run a marathon. When you haven't started to run, your body potentially may react, but if you have an ulcer, do not take this until the ulcer heals. Now, if this was me and I was taking proton pump inhibitors that block C acid or acid blockers, I would slowly add apple cider vinegar over time and speak to your doctor. And potentially you can get off those medications once that lower esophageal sphincter stays closed. You're going to start to heal and feel better. So find what's good for you. Start out light. You can work your way up to 2 teaspoons or 3 teaspoons, which is 1 tablespoon, and do it before you eat. And you will see amazing changes. This will help you tremendously. Please share this with your friends and family, leave your comments below, and most important, make it a great day.